Hello, my name is Joe Ratchford, and I'd like to talk with you about NYLT, the National Youth Leadership Training Course by the Boy Scouts of America. In Piedmont Council, the course is offered twice a year, a week-long course in the summer, and in the fall, a 3-weekend course. This is a course for boys who are 13 years and older, who have completed the 7th grade, who have the first class rank and first class skills, and the recommendation of their Scoutmasters. As an NYLT Scoutmaster, I could tell you about NYLT, but I think it's better if you hear it from a couple of the youth leaders of a current NYLT course. They will be able to share with you their experience and tell you what NYLT means to them as youth, both as participants and leaders. And they will share with you some of their ideas about what NYLT can do for your unit so that your unit can become a more complete boy-led troop. As a Scoutmaster, I would encourage you to have any boy who truly wants to come to NYLT to come and participate, and you'll find that when he comes back, he'll be re-energized, he'll have new knowledge and skills, he will understand what the be, know, do of leadership is about, and he will help make your troop a more complete youth-led troop. Now we want to talk with Matthew Baker, who is the Senior Patrol Leader of an NYLT troop this year, and Jameson Brown. Jameson is the Assistant Senior Patrol Leader for programs. Both of these boys have participated for 4 years. Matthew, would you tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from and where you go to school and your troop?
Well, I'm an Eagle Scout from Troop 28 in Dallas, North Carolina. I go to North Gadsden High School, and I'm currently a sophomore. I'm not just involved with NYLT and just Boy Scouts. I'm also involved with OA, being the chapter chief of Wallandam chapter.
And do you play sports, or what other interests do you have? What about church and sports?
I'm actively involved in church too, and I play soccer for the soccer team at high school.
Okay. And your future plans, do you have future plans for college, career? What are your plans?
Well, I'm thinking about going to NC State and getting a degree in engineering, mechanical engineering.
Go Pack. Okay, and also Jameson Brown. Jameson, can you tell us a little bit? You're from Troop 503 in Gastonia, North Carolina, and I think you're the Senior Patrol there. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, right now I'm actually working on my Eagle Scout project. I attend Gaston Christian High School in Gastonia, and I'm an active member of Myers Memorial United Methodist Church. Like you said, I'm the Senior Patrol Leader of Troop 503, which is a really good job, and I just really enjoy working here at NYLT. Okay, both of you have been in the NYLT program now for 4 years, and you've enjoyed it a lot. I mean, you keep coming back, and you're two of the key players in this year's troop. And I'd just like to find out, what is it about NYLT that you've enjoyed so much, Jameson? I guess the main thing that I've enjoyed about NYLT is just the satisfaction you get from helping kids, younger kids that are younger than yourself, learn leadership skills. And you teach them that by being a good leader yourself, being a servant leader for them. And you pretty much lead by example and teach by example. We do presentations and things to teach them skills, but the best way to learn is by doing it. And we give them the opportunity to lead their patrol and learn a lot about leadership over here.
Well, Matthew, these skills that Jameson mentioned that you're learning and you've learned and you're teaching, now these are life skills, not just skills for scouting, but you're learning a lot of things that will be important in life to help you through school, through high school, through college, and later on in your career and your family. Can you tell us a little bit about some of those things that you're learning that you think are really helpful and important?
Yes. Well, I know I actively use my NYLT skills that I've learned at NYLT, not just in Boy Scouts, but also in school. If we ever have to do a presentation, I'm looking back on my notes that I've done for NYLT, and I'm seeing what I'm supposed to be doing for that. And also, I mean, it just helps you all around with all the different skills that you learn. I mean, resolving conflict. You don't have to do that at Boy Scouts. That's anywhere where there's a conflict. And it's just basic scouting skills that you don't have to use at scouting, but you can use anywhere.
Well, one of the things we've talked about is a vision and goal setting. And we use acronyms like SMART goals and things like that. Does that help you in your personal life and also in your life at school to be able to learn how to plan, how to set goals, and evaluate your own performance?
Definitely. I mean, it gives you a better perspective to see this is a good goal or this is a bad goal. And if it is a good goal, you're able to identify the planning involved and able to identify why it is a good goal and why is it a bad goal. And if it is a bad goal, be able to see the things that maybe make it a bad goal, and you could possibly change that around and make it a better goal by just knowing what's, like, for example, SMART goals. If you go through the choices, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, then you can pick out the stuff that's not necessarily relevant or timely or specific, and you can adapt your goals so that it will fit that plan.
Well, Matthew, you've talked to me from time to time about making choices in scouting, choices in life, and choices in school. And we've seen one of the things is that the participants work together. Sometimes it works great, sometimes not so great, and they're always making choices. And we've talked about making good choices and bad choices. The experiences you've got here at NYLT, has that helped you in other ways at church, school, sports? Do you see the same thing going on there?
Well, I mean, you see, once you've taken NYLT, you see a different type of leadership. See, before I took NYLT, I just saw the leader. And now, after I've taken NYLT and been active on staff, I've realized that there's so much more than just a leader. If you are a leader, you can't just sit back and say you do this and you do that, but you actually have to help them, and you have to do so much more than what people just see, because you're always behind the scenes helping out where people don't see you.
Jameson, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I've heard a lot of good things about your performance as a senior patrol leader with your scout troop, and I think a lot of that, I hope, is from the skills and training that you've received at NYLT. I know you were a little surprised when I mentioned this to you earlier, but what do you think has made the difference so that your troop has been able to see what they consider to be better leadership from you and from your experience at NYLT?
Well, I mean, just everything that you learn here, all the leadership skills, but mainly the thing that has helped me at my troop is the communication skills that you learn. While you're here at NYLT, we have several classes all about communication and how to communicate well. And if you have poor communication, then how are you going to lead anybody? Communication, in my opinion, is the key to leadership. So learning good communication skills here at NYLT is what has helped make me a successful senior patrol leader so far.
Matthew, in your troop, I know a number of the leaders have participated at the NYLT adult leadership level, but you've had or enjoyed to have so many of your fellow scouters to come and participate in NYLT. Can you tell me what an impact it has been to have so many different boys come through year after year, and how that's changed the troop since you've been there?
Well, I know definitely that after I got through NYLT, I saw things in a whole new perspective of leadership, and I'm sure that every single other kid that's gone through NYLT has seen that as well, and that drastically changed the way our troop was led. It became more boy-led, which is the principal key that NYLT is focusing on, is creating a boy-led troop where the adults are able to take a step back and the youth are able to lead the entire thing. And our troop has started to evolve into that over the past few years since we've become more active in NYLT and learning how to become a better leader.
Matthew, if you were talking to a young man who might be considering NYLT, what would you tell them about coming to NYLT?
I tell them that it's a great opportunity not just to be able to learn new skills and hone your leadership abilities, which is a main part of NYLT, but also to just come in here and meet new people and be able to be friends with them, because I know that I love being able to come places and make new friends and be able to go somewhere and say, hey, I know you, how you doing? We had NYLT together. and just be able to know everybody.
Jameson, if a Scoutmaster receives the notice that applications are being accepted for the next NYLT program, and Scoutmaster came to you and says, Jameson says, tell me about this. What are the benefits and what could happen if I send some of my young men to come and participate in NYLT? How's that going to affect them and my troop?
I would tell them that it's just an amazing opportunity and experience. I would tell them some of the ways that it's changed my life and just how it's greatly affected me and my whole attitude about leadership. I would definitely encourage him to send some of the scouts to NYLT. I know that it's really helped out my troop a lot, and it's really helped us to fulfill our vision of being a boy-led troop. It's definitely made a difference in the way that we see the boys stepping up and taking on more responsibility, and just being willing to come to Scouts every week and learn new skills and also teach other Scouts new skills. It's definitely enhanced the way that our troop runs, and it runs just way more smoothly now. So yeah, I would definitely encourage a Scoutmaster to apply for some of his Scouts to go to NYLT, because it'll really affect the way that the troop runs.
Okay, Matthew, so for the NYLT participants to come, they're going to be involved in a lot of different activities, not just the classroom as you pointed out, but they're also going to be doing a lot of hands-on patrol activities and individual activities. Scout skills, what level of proficiency, or what are some of the important things that these young boys need to be able to demonstrate proficiency when they do come to the NYLT course?
Well, when you're coming to NYLT, one of the restrictions is that you're a first-class scout. And to receive your first-class scout, you've got to be basically adept in the basic scout skills. So you need to make sure you know your knots, know how to cook, overnight camping. You also have to have a certain amount of camping nights to be able to come to NYLT. So you need to make sure that basically you know all of your basic scout skills, such as first aid, because you never know what might happen at NYLT.
Matthew, let's talk for a minute about some of the activities that go on in a typical NYLT program, because we do stick to the National Boy Scout syllabus for this. And what are some of the things that you think are fun and that people seem to enjoy the most?
Well, despite what some people think, it's not just sitting there presentation after presentation, but there's also a lot of hands-on activities that you're doing along the way. You're going to be going through a really cool geocache game where you're going to be going around with your GPS and finding geocaches. But it's more than that too. You got campfires where you get to prepare quests of leadership, and not just those, but also fun-filled skits, songs, and other things like that.
I guess I'd just like to talk a little bit more about the Quest for Leadership. I know that when I went through the Quest for Leadership, at first I didn't really think it meant a whole lot to me, but the Quest for Leadership and being able to develop that with your team, once you kind of step back and look at it, it really just helps you figure out a way that you want to develop your vision for your life. You work together with other people, and you take your strengths and other people's strengths, and you put them all together, and it works out really nicely in a great plan. And it'll help you really make a vision for what you want to do with yourself and how you want the rest of your life to go.
We talked earlier about your experience in NYLT and how you've been through the process year after year of progressing through the youth leadership staff. You guys spend a lot of time all through the course evaluating the course participants and trying to identify the potential leaders to come and follow you after you leave the program. When you're looking for these potential young leaders, what are some of the things that you guys look for?
Well, when we evaluate the participants, the first thing we look for is obviously the leadership skills that they learn here, that they're able to develop those even more just through being a leader here and having that opportunity here. One of the really big things that we look for is their willingness to step up and take on responsibility. Even if they may be a quiet leader or a servant leader, if they step up, and we can see that definitely in their patrols, who steps up and who really wants to take the responsibility on and who's willing to do it and be a servant leader at the same time, then that's really what we look for in the future leaders, is just that willingness. to take on responsibility and do something with it.
Tell me about what your idea is of who are good NYLT participants.
It's not just for the leaders already in your troop, it's also for the people. It's basically for anybody who would be willing to come, because anybody that's willing to come and learn would have a great time at NYLT, and they wouldn't just have fun, but they would also learn so much more skills about leadership that they could use to hone their leadership abilities and skills in scouting.
You've both been in NYLT now for 4 years, and you've progressed through the rank. Can you tell me about some of the highlights and some of the things that you've really enjoyed, and lessons that you've learned that you'll remember?
Well, the main thing that I've enjoyed about NYLT is just coming here and meeting new people. The first time I was on staff, I didn't know Matthew, but over these past 4 years, we've come to know each other really well. We became really good friends. You also can see a really big difference that you make in people's lives and the way that they lead. And you know that you're going to be able to help make a difference in their troop also by teaching them to be a better leader and helping them refine their leadership skills. That'll change both their life and their entire troop. It'll affect multiple people's lives, and just being able to see how it affects that and the difference that you can make is just awesome.
I love being able to come here and meet new people, and also being able to hang out with the people that I've already met, because I always love to come here and just hang out and have a good time. But also, I like to be able to meet new people and teach them about leadership skills and watch them progress as they go through the 3 weekends and see how much better they get in their leadership skills and resolving conflict skills, and just see, because the first weekend you look at them, every single one of them is fighting, and by the 3rd weekend it's like a whole different group. Nobody's fighting and everybody's seeming to work together perfectly.